Hello and welcome back to AG Cornock Stadium, and welcome to tonight's football game. It is your Haverford Fords versus the Lower Merion Aces. The Fords currently sit at 4-1, 2-1 in the Central League, and Lower Merion sits at 2-3 and 1-3 in the Central League currently. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Fords. But Coach Grabius told me that they just have to execute and they will be able to get the dub tonight. Last week, versus Strathaven, Liam Taylor, the key player to watch in this matchup, had 24 carries for 70 yards in his first game not scoring a touchdown in a while.
Yeah, last week's game against Strathaven was really hard fought, and I'm really glad the Fords came out to win. They got another big test next week against Springfield. And even now against Lower Merion, you shouldn't sleep on them. I mean, they've been putting up points all season despite the losing record. So, I mean, it's really tough to count them out. But I think the Fords can definitely get this done.
Yeah, the Fords won last year 49-14 at Lower Merion. It's going to be a good matchup, and we will be back in just a few minutes after the national anthem.
So the band has finished their national anthem. And senior night. I know they've been doing a lot of great things over there to our right. It's a shame we can't hear them as much up here. It's closed in a box. But still, whatever does come through the walls sounds great. Best of luck to them tonight. But also, football team, the main event.
It's the main event of our evening. Fords have won 2 straight after a tough loss to Pencrest. But sitting at 4-1 after 5 games is pretty good to start the season.
Yeah, I think they have a decent shot at winning any game. They can play any opponent, especially Central League, and they can get it done. It's like any given Friday, any given team can win. But I think the Fords' chances usually a lot higher than some others. With that being said, we're all set for we're all set for kickoff. And the Fords will be receiving to start the first half. And DeLuca will boot it away. High kick is going to be taken at about the 5. Ran back, he finds a gap, and he's home free! Absolutely stellar. Peter Menares weaving through the defense for a kick return touchdown. 6-0 Fords.
And that is how you start this game off right. Getting a kick return touchdown. Just a great job by Menares, weaving through the defense, getting good blocks by that special teams unit for the Fords. just an overall great play on every aspect of this team.
After the defensive struggle that was the Strathaven game, I think it feels good for this team to see a lot of green in front of them, and they get it done frame one here with a kick return for a touchdown. And look at that sunset, too. It's lovely. It doesn't get much more beautiful than this. And Menier's extra point is good, so that makes it a 7-point game within the first 15 seconds.
God, that is crazy. Just 15 seconds, and you're in the end zone already.
I don't know if I can make it across the field in 15 seconds.
He was booking it. That is for sure.
So now it's time for the defense to do their thing. They got a kickoff. I mean, that was spectacular. Blink of an eye, and he's already past everybody. I mean, there was zero time to comprehend what was happening.
Yeah. There was no time at all. Not even for Lower Merion to comprehend what was going on at all.
Menier's back for the kickoff. Line drive towards the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So the Aces offense set to take the field, headed by quarterback Nick DeLuca, who also, I'm pretty sure, was the one kicking off for them, if my eyes do not deceive me. So that's a little bit of an interesting dynamic there for this team.
It just turned 7 o'clock, too, when the game was supposed to start, and we are already up 7-0. That's crazy.
DeLuca's in the gun. Takes a snap, hands it off over the right tackle, and no movement there as the Ford's defense stall him out. George Teotis with the first play of the game.
Just expert defense by the Fords right there.
I mean, this D-line put up really well against Strathaven's elite offense. I think they're going to prosper against the Aces as well.
The Aces historically not as strong of a team as Strathaven, so we will just have to see.
DeLuca from the gun. He's looking to throw. Over to the right side, towards the sideline, and it's complete. Just staying in bounds. What a throw there. That was Henry Ingram with the catch. So they will move the chains there on 2nd and long.
It's a great pass by DeLuca, just right in Ingram's pocket right there, right in his breadbasket.
He was in double coverage, too. After the throw, he had 2 different cornerbacks on him. So being able to put that right where you want it is really something. But he's in the gun again. One back, and he will hand it off, and an immediate tackle for loss. That's Liam Taylor blazing through the defensive line and absolutely stomps Brendan Robinson. I mean, that's real unfortunate. That was a big hit, too.
Yeah, Taylor just able to break through that line and get an easy tackle right there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 13. Lower Merion still playing from the gun. 1 back, 4 receivers, and they'll look to the air again. Under pressure, DeLuca's going to scramble to his right. He gets the throw off. Back down again, and it's caught at the 20 and going all the way down to the 10. Again, Henry Ingram with a catch.
Ingram has some hands. He was able to snag that ball out of the air, and DeLuca was able to throw that pretty good for running to his right there. Or that was his left. My fault. No, I was right. Right?
All right, so hold up your hands.
I gotta
make
do
an
the
L.
L's when I figure out my directions.
But now they're in the red zone, so the Ford's defense already pressured. It's the air attack that they have been struggling against. Their run defense is still elite. Play action, rolling to his right. DeLuca's looking to throw again, and he just overthrows Ingram in the end zone.
Yeah, he tried to do a quick pass there. It didn't work out for him.
Very close to disaster for the Ford's defense. They're able to hang in there. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 8. Huddle here from Lower Merion. Gotta wonder if they're gonna try to run it again based on, Haverford's history with run defense. Because through the air, they've been much more effective.
Yeah, they got 4 wideouts. I guess they're throwing. They are.
He's gonna roll to his left, throw over, and it's caught going towards the pylon, and it looks like he's in there. That's Henry Ingram with his 3rd catch of the day, and he's got a touchdown, making it 7-6.
That was another expert throw by DeLuca, getting it over to Ingram.
And yes, it is DeLuca who is also their kicker.
No, he's their
he's holding.
placeholder.
Kick is up and good.
No good.
That went far left. Wow. So the Ford's still up by 1 point.
So it was a rough drive for the Ford's defense right there. Letting up some big air yardages. They're not used to letting up that much yardage through the air. That is for sure.
Well, I also don't think they're used to seeing much action through the air playing in the Central League. It's mostly a ground game around here. But I think these cornerbacks now know what to look for. They know who the prime target is, and they can, better themselves on the next drive. So still a lead. The Fords have yet to play an offensive snap, however.
Yeah, I believe the kicker off the kickoff is Nick DeLuca. He's not their place kicker, though.
Right. But that is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback-kicker combination in a singular player.
Maybe he's a former soccer player.
Maybe. Lower Merion, hoping that this one goes better than the last. They'll just chip it. And it's going to go off of the legs. I can't tell who that was.
Italian right there.
So they weren't taking any risks with Menares this time. They just chip it over the line there. McCallion able to get to it before they do. And the Ford's offense, for the first time in this game, despite having the lead, will come onto the field.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think Liam Taylor's going to be a big aspect in this game. He was last year.
He's due.
He's due. He's due for a big game. He had a big game against William Tennant, so it's been 2 weeks. Let's get him another big game.
That's enough. That's enough for us. Here comes that wing T formation again from the Fords. Trying to scout the coverage. Kilpatrick looking to the sideline, gets under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the left side, and that's a solid gain there. Powering through some traffic and picking up about 8 yards is Liam Taylor.
Menares will come out, and McCallion will come in for the Fords.
So 1 carry for 8 yards so far for Taylor, which is not a bad start. He'll take it again, same play. He'll get the first down and a couple more yards. So the chains will be moved, and the Fords are back at it with a fresh set of downs.
The Fords just using that speed and skill of Liam Taylor and that muscle, just punching the ball through the gap.
Fords again in the same formation. Pretty much every play comes out of that wing T. And they're going to hand it off once more, this time over the right side, and there's a breakaway. Liam Taylor breaks a couple tackles and gets all the way down to the 35.
He need to get taken down by 2 players from Lower Merion right there. Just a great run by Liam Taylor.
I mean, I don't know how to describe it, really. I mean, it takes so much force just to get him down that, you know, he could run through the line, run into 3 guys, and still come out the other side. From the right hash this time, it's another handoff, and Taylor plunges forward for a gain about 5 or 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. From Lower Merion's 31. And this Ford's offense is moving. It's not quite the same as the explosiveness of the Aces' last drive for a touchdown, but it has been consistent, and it has been in true Ford's fashion.
Yeah, just punching the ball through the middle or off to the side in this game so far.
It's going to be a pitch to Taylor over the left side. He gets a block from Klein, and he might go all the way inside the 10 and towards the pylon for a touchdown.
It's a great run, great blocking. Overall, great play by the Fords. Just another easy touchdown for the Fords.
Yeah, they were able to read that defense. They put Klein in motion, and then he had a great block on the outside edge to get Taylor that lane into the end zone. So he's back in the points column after a tough one last week, and the lead could go up to 8 with this kick. Kick is up, and it is good. So it's now 14-6. We have more points than the entirety of the last game within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, this is going to be an offensive side of the game tonight. I mean, really, like, what else could we want is an explosive game from either team. And really, we just want to see these Fords go out there and crush it.
So what's going to be key for the Fords' defense on this next drive is being able to stop that air advancement. I think their coverage hasn't been bad by any means. I just think they're not used to it as much, and I think it's going to take a little bit of time for them to, prepare themselves for this style of offense.
Yeah, definitely. This style of offense they're not used to it. That is for sure. They don't see this at all.
Strathaven did throw several times last week, but it was few and far between, and the Fords did a relatively good job of keeping it down as there's a big hit and driven backwards to the 15. Looked like they had a little bit of room, but Richard Paul taken down and dropped by several different Fords. So the defense has some good starting position. They have the Aces backed up by, call it the 20. Or the 15, sorry.
No, they're on the 20.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right, I was right the first time. No running backs. DeLuca looking to the air again. That's been most effective. They send a man in motion on the right side. That's Ingram. He's going to fire to Ingram along the right sideline. He's going to go towards the end of the marker, and I think he got there. So first down for the Aces. They sent him in motion behind the offensive line, and there was really Nobody to guard them there. Probably a zone defense going on for the Fords. They weren't expecting something out in that short, flat area.
No, clearly they weren't. And, again, what Coach Grabia said, they just got to execute their plays and read these defenses well.
Now it looks like they're going more of a man coverage. Oh, no, they do have a running back this time. So Lower Merion will hand it off for the first time in a while. And the Fords remind them why they haven't done it in a while by stuffing them at the line once again. So it is going to come down to if the Fords can adapt to the pass-style offense.
I believe they can. They got a good shot at doing it, and it's a long game to be able to adapt all the way to this pass-heavy offense.
I don't remember the Aces taking a single snap from under center, and they won't here again. They have 5 out wide. Running back comes to the right side of DeLuca. He's looking to throw again. Button hook just over the head of Thomas Burke. He had a great move there on the outside. I think he was against Kilpatrick there. Looked like he was just full sending down the right sideline, but came back for the button hook. Just a little bit too much on the throw.
Right off the top of his fingers right there.
So it will be 3rd and 9. First third down that the Fords have forced. I think that either team has forced so far. And this is going to be really important. I think in an offensive battle like this, one stop could decide it. And still, the first quarter. We're 6 minutes into the game. But there could be a lot riding on this play here. They send Ingram in motion again, looking to throw. Under pressure, he's going to throw to the right side. He finds a man there, and he's rushing towards the end of the sticks. And I think he'll get there.
Yeah, it looked like he got the ball past that line, and they are moving the chains now.
DeLuca was under some pressure, but Teotis was kind of hanging around in the flat as an emergency option, and they had to use it. And it worked out great for them. Pretty much everybody else was downfield. So a fresh set of down for Lower Merion. Single back, that's Teotis. And 2 receivers on each side. From the gun again, DeLuca's ready. He's looking to throw. Under pressure, he's going to step up in the pocket, start moving, spin move. But he's going to be taken down a couple yards later. Great movement in the pocket there and great movement out of it as well.
Yeah. Great job by DeLuca and a great tackle by Luke Cassiola. As Henry Yez checks into this game for Nils McCallion.
Aces ready again. 2nd and 6. Fords line up down the middle of the H. DeLuca sets a man in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Left side, and he gets tripped up by the line. Great rush defense once again from the Fords. That was Chris Klein in on the tackle.
Yeah, great job by Klein on getting to the line very quickly and getting DeLuca down.
I think they tried a little bit of trickery. None of the receivers or backs was in the area, but it seemed like more of a designed play as opposed to last time. But the Fords adapted really well to that, and they force another 3rd down. 3rd and 5. The Aces converted on 3rd and 9 earlier in the drive. But again, we'll see 2 receivers on each side of the line, and DeLuca with Teotis to his left. Takes a snap, looks to throw, goes right side again. Kilpatrick in coverage, and it's incomplete. A bit too far. He was looking for Burke again.
Just great defense by Adam Kilpatrick right there. Knew the ball was probably going to come towards him as they've been favoring that left side of the field. And just great defense.
I mean, Kilpatrick kept his head down, just started running at his man, and it worked out. Right? There was nowhere for him to go. Even if the throw was right there, he would have had trouble. But they are going to go for it on 4th and 5, it looks like. Same formation. Teotis to the right this time. Takes a snap, looking to throw again. Over the middle, incomplete. Just over the head of Drake Waddy.
And that attempt by DeLuca was just, he threw that ball, he fired that ball way too quickly at his receiver, making him unable to be able to really gain a sense of where that ball was coming from.
So the Fords will take over on downs at about midfield.
I want to give a shout out to Emmett Gillespie and Liam McCluskey last week with a fumble recovery on defense.
Right, yeah.
And the forced fumble. Just this defensive line is strong. And they also play O-line too. And they're another strong O-line in this league.
Fords take it under center over the left guard. And they'll power through again. I keep getting surprised by how far they go when it looks like they're just running into the backs of people.
It looks to me like they could be going tush-push formation sometimes. But they go Liam Taylor formation and just run the ball up the gut or up over the left guard and are able to get a lot of yardage.
Go back to Old Faithful, the wing tee. And Kilpatrick will hand it off once again. Taylor moving up towards the end of the sticks. We'll see where they mark him. And it looks like it will be a first down for the Fords. All the way past the 40. It's about the 39. Is where the Fords will pick up. And they're moving once again. Kilpatrick takes the snap. Hands it off to Taylor. Over the left side. He had a little bit of room there, but he's eventually going to be taken down. Again, close to the end of the sticks. He's been making a lot of great moves on first down.
Yeah, he's able to move his feet, break some tackles, and just get the ball up the field.
Second and 2. Fords take it. They're going to pitch it off this time. And he's got a lane. It's going to be Maneris. And they're calling him in. They say he got there. He took a big shot at the goal line. But that's his second touchdown of the game. He had the kick return and then the option.
A 31-yard rush by Maneris. Just great. He's got some speed on him. 2 years post-knee injury. He's doing great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been a big a factor tonight as any.
2 touchdowns on the night. Just great for him.
And the extra point is good. So it's 21-6. And the Fords have a larger lead now. And I think they have a chance to score a ton of points, especially with the passing offense of Lower Merion. It slows the game down more than what we saw in weeks prior, where it was more run-heavy.
Yeah, it takes longer for the quarterback to be able to get that ball out and find his target.
Also, on an incompletion, it stops the clock, so that's also a big factor. The Fords burn a lot of time on their drives, even if it's for a short amount. But we'll see if the passing continues for the Aces, as they are about to get the ball back again. Turnover on downs last time. Kick from Menier. Low line drive towards the end zone, and it will be another touchback.
Menier's got a boot on him. He's able to get that ball down in the end zone and force a touchback, which is just great to see.
So the Fords defense gearing up around the 20, at the 20. And I think it's great how many offensive players also have a role in the defense. Obviously, Liam Taylor and Kilpatrick, but also Maneris is in there. Chris Klein is in there. And some of the offensive line, too. They're making plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, creating great blocks and then just getting down to the quarterback on the defensive line.
Back in the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. 1 running back. Snap taken. DeLuca, he's going to throw it out to the flat. And there's a bunch of room ahead of Robinson, but the Fords will catch up to him. So it is a decent gain on first down. I think the Fords are too preoccupied with the wideouts that they're not focusing on the possibility of the running back getting thrown to, which is what Lower Merion started to do at the end of their last drive.
Yeah, they got to guard the flat and watch out for that loose running back.
Fords show blitz. DeLuca takes the snap. He's looking back to pass again. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right. He's going to take it himself, and he is thrown out of bounds back around the line of scrimmage. And they're going to say he went back a yard.
Emmett Gillespie putting the pressure on DeLuca there. Gillespie, our star center, an all-central player last year. He's just an all-around great player for this Fords team.
Just under 30 seconds left in the quarter. Fords have brought it to 3rd and 6. They're looking for another big stop here. No running backs this time. 5 wideouts. DeLuca looking, throwing down the middle. He's got an open man, but it's just a bit too far. Waddy getting a little bit of separation. But it is now decision time for the Aces, and it looks like this time they will bring on their punt team.
Yeah, too long of a way to go to be able to really convert. And they're so far back in their own territory, it's not really worth it to try and go for it there.
I thought it was surprising they went for it by the 50 also. Here comes the punt team, though. High snap. Kick is up. It's high and short. It's going to bounce around midfield, roll a little bit in an Aces favorable direction to the 40. And they're going to try and get it to move a little bit more, but not a ton of luck there. So the Fords will be taking over at their own 40 with 5 seconds left in the half. In the quarter, excuse me.
Jack, what do you think the Fords need to do on this next drive?
Extend their lead is the biggest thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Liam Taylor's been getting it done, but they've also given Maneris a touch, and that went, I'd say, pretty well for them. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Taylor immediately hit behind the line, but he's able to get back, and he'll probably pick up another 2 after that.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter. We will be back for the beginning of the second in just a few moments.
And in typical Ford fashion, Liam Taylor will take it down the right side. He's got a lane. He breaks a couple tackles down by the 30, and he is moving the Ford's offense right now. But it does look like we could have a man down at about midfield.
We will take a short break now.
That's Brendan Walker coming off of the field now.
Hope he's doing okay.
He is supporting himself. He's walking off on his own, which is good. He was holding his leg. We saw at the end of the quarter, that's what it was, Keyshawn Miller needed some help getting off the field, but he's still in uniform, as here's another big run. This time it's Kilpatrick. Flag thrown, I believe, but as it stands now, that's a touchdown.
27-yard run by Kilpatrick.
See if the play stands after this call.
There'll be a holding against the Fords.
Tough luck. And I think they can easily bounce back from this one. It's a 5-yard penalty. So first and what is it? It's going to be
Maybe it'll be first and 8.
It says 1st and 3 on the scoreboard, but I don't know why it would be that. Another flag thrown, probably a false start or an offsides. We'll see which side jumped first. False start on Haverford. So, offensive line getting into some penalty trouble in the past couple plays. So the Fords are backed up all the way to about the 25.
And now it'll be a 1st and 8.
Snap taken. It's going to be handed off to Taylor. Not much room, but he makes the most out of it. Gets down to about the end of the marker. And he's going to move the chains once again. The 1st and 10 for the Fords. Inside the 20, so another red zone opportunity for them. Or no, they haven't been in the red zone yet. All of their scores have been big plays. It's Taylor once again going over the left side.
Just Taylor going to the left side. That's what they like to do.
Should have a button that I can just push up here that says that.
Might not be any bad idea. We'll talk to Cooper.
We can make something happen. So they line up again. 2nd and 1. And they're going to take it up the middle, and that's Taylor pushing through for another Fords touchdown. Absolutely bullying his way through the line. And the Fords now at 27.
Taylor already at more yards than he had total in the last game.
Extra point is up, and it looks pretty good to me. So 28-6 lies the score. So after a rough first drive for Lower Merion, the Fords defense has been pretty locked down. 0 points since that first drive, and their offense has been giving them a lot of support. 4 touchdowns. We have just under 10 minutes to go in the half. Here comes the kickoff from Merion, low line drive. It's going to hop at about the 15 and all the way back into the end zone for yet another touchback. The Fords defense has adapted well.
Yeah, they've been able to adapt to this pass-heavy offense. Really been able to make some key decisions about what they see happening on the field.
I think they've also been able to pressure DeLuca a little bit more. One running back, 3 receivers, and a tight end. Snap is taken. Play action over the middle. He's got a wide open man. That's Paul Mackenzie McMahon. And he goes all the way down in the Fords territory.
Great pass. open in space and just able to get up into Ford's area.
I think they fell for the play action there.
They did, definitely.
So the linebackers came up to try and bottle that run through the middle that they were seeing, but that created a lot of open space for Mezzy Mahan. Huge gain there. Another snap. This one goes on the ground. Big hit there from Menares, and he's going to get a little bit of help dragging down Teotis after a few yards. I think I absolutely butchered Paul Mezzy McMahon's name on that run. I was panicking looking down at this roster, and I saw the hyphenated last name and a bunch of M's, and did my best. I'd like to say sorry to Paul and his family. 2nd and 7 now. From the gun again. On the right hash. Play action once more. Pressure from Gillespie. He's going to dive for... Oh, no.
Wow.
I thought Gillespie had him, but he launches it downfield. Wide open is Paul Mezzy McMahon. Got it this time. So he will give another 6 points to the Aces. Gillespie doing his best to get to DeLuca.
Yeah. DeLuca's got 97 pass yards so far in this game with 2 touchdowns.
Wild.
You don't see more than 100 pass yards very often in high school football. That is for sure.
They're going to go for the extra point to make it 13. High snap. The kick is up. And it is good this time. So 13-28 lies the score. Just about 8 minutes left in the half. Ford's offense set to take the ball. I think they have one more decent drive in them before halftime.
I think so. They'll be able to get it down.
Ford's back to return. They had the kick return for a touchdown in the opening seconds of the game. It was Menares who took that one. He's set up deep with McCallion and Yez right in front of him. DeLuca back to kickoff. It's another chip shot kick. It's going to be McCallion jumping on top of it after it bounces a little bit, just behind their own 30. So decent ways to go for the Fords, but with still over 8 minutes left on the clock, they got a great shot.
Yeah, the Fords have 8 minutes to come down from there, about their 30, their 28, and get a score.
Here comes that wing T again. And they'll hand it off. Big hit at the line, but Taylor will power forward for a few. So the clock is rolling now. 2nd and 6 for the Fords. Back again. Here's another handoff. Takes a while, but Taylor is close to a first down. It's a lot of scuffling up at the line of scrimmage every time, but Taylor's able to find a few extra yards on almost every play.
Taylor now at over 100 yards rushing on the game. Able to keep moving this ball up the field.
There goes Klein in motion, but they'll feed it up the middle again. And there's Taylor with some solid yardage once again. They get their play call. And they're going to be lining up. Kilpatrick once again under center. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to the right side. And a rare sighting here. Liam Taylor not able to get a lot of yardage. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. So definitely doable.
Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem for the Fords at all.
Handoff once again. Taylor has the first down and a little bit more as they are now into Aces territory. And the clock keeps rolling, under 6 minutes now. Menares in motion. They're going to pitch it out to Taylor on the right side. He's got a lane down the sideline. He's picking up a block from Meneer, and he'll go all the way once again. Liam Taylor from 47 yards out. An absolute strike of a touchdown. My goodness.
That was a great run by Taylor. Just able to find space. Just a great job. They are bringing it back.
Oh, really? Shucks. Yeah, I think that was Meneer. So it will be at the spot of the penalty. So still a big pickup for them. But Meneer getting a little bit too enthusiastic with the blocking down by the 10. So they'll move back. It'll be placed at the 30-yard line. But another 1st and 10 for the Fords nonetheless. Kilpatrick takes this one himself. Now he has a lane. And he will go himself for a touchdown.
Great job by Kilpatrick, able to find that lane and book it into the end zone. Just has great awareness and able to get into the end zone. Another quick drive for the Forts.
It's good for him to get in there also after his last one was taken back for a penalty, like Taylor's was on this one. So it's going to make it 34-13, and Meneer's back for the extra point, and he will get it with ease. So the Fords up now 35-13. 5 minutes left in the half. Ford set to kick off once again. They had 8 minutes to drive down the field. They did it in 3. So now there's a little bit of time remaining for the Aces. Kick is away. It's another low line drive, and that is going to be yet another touchback for Bobby Menier.
Another great job by Menier kicking this ball deep.
Ford's defense let up a touchdown their last time out on the field. See if they can get back into a groove and bring this one to half on a high note. I still think the Aces are yet to play from under center, and the Fords are yet to play from the gun. Here's a snap. Looking to pass. He's under pressure. That's Taylor chasing him down, and he'll just have to throw it away to the sideline. DeLuca seeing his life flash before his eyes back there in the pocket.
It's a great job by Taylor getting into that pocket and chasing after DeLuca as best as he could.
And it did force a throwaway, so great play for the Fords defense all around. Cornerback and safeties were in coverage very well. The linebackers did their job with Taylor rushing up there on the blitz. But it will be 2nd and 10 now for Lower Merion. Four wideouts, 1 running back for DeLuca. He's going to take the snap, look to throw once again. He's going to go left or right side, this time to Burke for a gain of about 11 yards, so a first down for the Aces. That's going to be a great play in the future, too. I think Burke was the one on that button hook that was almost a big play earlier. It seems like his route running has been very, very impactful so far. DeLuca's ready. Takes a snap. Fords are going to rush 5. He's looking for a man to throw to. He's being flushed out of the pocket again. He's going to loft this one up for Burke. Incomplete. Kilpatrick on the coverage. Looks like he got his hand up there and batted it away. Great coverage there.
Yeah, Kilpatrick with that great tackle earlier, and now just great defense on that throw.
So the Aces will line up again on 2nd and 10. They converted it last time. They're going to send the running back in motion. DeLuca tried to take it himself, but that defensive line does what they do best and show them why they should keep it to the air for now.
Definitely. This defensive line is great against the run. He's able to stop that DeLuca's advance very easily.
To his credit, I did think that was going to be a sack, but he did get a yard on the play. 4 wideouts again. Snap taken. And they're going to dump it out to Teotis, who gets absolutely pile-driven by Peter Menares once he makes the catch. And that's going to bring about a 4th down for the Aces.
A great tackle by Menares. You see Coach Julia, Hall of Fame linebacker for Villanova, just give him a pat on the back for that one. Just came in and drove the Aces right there.
So the punt team is out for Lower Merion. DeLuca back to kick, flag thrown. That's going to be a false start on the Aces. So they'll move back 5 yards and do it over.
Haverford will call a timeout to take a short break.
Back again, DeLuca. He's going to take it. He's going to punt down the right side. Menares watches it drop, and he's going to let it go. It's going to go all the way inside the 20. So it's going to be tough starting field position for the Fords. They got 2:21 left on the clock. Up 35-13. It's 22 points for those of you counting at home.
Ford scored 21 in the first quarter and have scored 14 so far in this second quarter. Just high scoring from this Ford's offense.
One more wouldn't hurt, right?
Not at all.
2 wideouts this time for the Fords. They send Menares in motion, but they will still hand it off to Liam Taylor, who plows through the defense for a gain of about 7. Second and short coming up. They go back to the ground. Taylor pushing forward. We'll see where they spot him, but not as much as the last go.
Gain of a yard on that play. Just not able to get anything going.
So it will be 3rd down. Kilpatrick takes it himself. He'll get it through the line. So 1st down for the Fords. 1:30 on the clock. I'd like to see the Fords throw it here at the end of the half, just because. And they are going to throw it. This one,
And it's-
incomplete.
oh,
Tried to run that deep hook route, but unable to hold on. I like the idea there, though.
it's a great idea from the forwards trying to trick up this Lower Merion offense or defense.
Under center once again. They're going to run that option play, but it's another fumble, and it will be scooped up by the Aces and taken all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
Haverford's fumble is recovered by number 1, Thomas Burke, and he's in the end zone for a Lower Merion touchdown.
So a little bit unfortunate to end the half. Still a minute left on the clock, but that play didn't really work out for them well against Strathaven.
No, they're scrambling too much on that play, not able to really analyze what the defense is doing on that play.
Extra point attempt coming up. They're going to rush, and it's blocked. So the Fords have several special teams members coming up to block that extra point. They'll keep the score at 35-19. The Fords will get the ball back with 57 seconds left on the clock.
And Lower Merion will get the ball to start the second half, which is a key factor in the game planning here for the Fords getting started on this last, what will be the last drive of the half.
Fords are up by 16 points. They could get another kick return touchdown.
You could, but the way Nick DeLuca has been kicking the ball, it doesn't seem like that's going to be very likely.
He's been trying to get it over that line of Fords by the 50. But Fords are going to protect the onside kick here. They still have a man deep. And now they'll start backing up as it looks like it will be a full kickoff. At least that's what they're being signaled. And it's another squib picked up and taken a couple yards out.
Oh, and Sheehy there.
So the Fords at about the 40, 41, whatever it takes.
With 55.8 seconds left in the half, Haverford will start this series from their own 42-yard line.
And they got a lot of ground to make up in just a little bit of time. We'll see what the approach is here. They do have a wideout on that left hash. Kilpatrick under center. Takes it, pitches it to Taylor. Taylor going around the outside on the right side. He has a line. He's got the first down and more. Makes a giant cut move and gets even further downfield and is eventually taken down all the way at the 35. And absolutely explosive from this Fords offense.
Haverford calls timeout. We will take a short break.
So the Fords with an explosive run to start their drive. Still with over 40 seconds left on the clock. They could make something happen. McCallion in motion. They'll look to throw. Kilpatrick going left side. He has Menares open. Big hit, and he drops the ball.
Look at a tough hit by DeLuca there.
And Menares still down on the turf. That was a great route design. I hope he's okay. That looked nasty.
Looks like a hard hit. We'll take a break. Hopefully they get him off the field real quick. Oh, and they do.
He's up and walking. But definitely a little bit scuffed up.
Yeah, it was a hard hit by DeLuca. I mean, I would have called targeting on that one. That's just me.
Ford's back on 2nd and 10. They give it to Taylor on the left side this time. Breaks a tackle, moves forward for the first down, and a decent chunk more. And with just under 30 seconds left on the clock, the Fords have moved into the red zone on the 15. So it'll be another first down for them. And they just got a little bit more to go.
It'd be 2nd and 10 as Kilpatrick spiked it there.
Good call from him, honestly. Gives them a little bit more time to regroup. I think the Fords have one more timeout left. They're going to pitch it again. Taylor looking for a lane. He finds one. He moves forward. That's up to about the 5. They'll keep the clock rolling. Timeout called. They're going to talk this one over. 13 seconds left. They probably got one play left. We'll see if they go for 6 or 3 here. Kowalski, what would be your call here? Do you want to rush it with Taylor one more time, see if he can get about 6 yards, or kick it with Menier?
I'm rushing it with Taylor. I mean, he can easily get 6 yards on the play.
It does look like we have another player down. That might be Nick DeLuca.
That'd be devastating for this Aces team. His helmet is off.
Man, the second half has had several injuries.
Yeah, this second quarter has been nothing but.
Keyshawn Miller, I just saw him back on the field, so he is okay. There was a couple questions about him at the end of the first, but he's back on the field. I'm not sure where Brendan Walker is at the moment. Menares is still on the sideline. He has his helmets off, but he's still in pads. And now DeLuca is being...
I don't believe that's DeLuca. I think it's number 15.
No, 15. All right. Let's see. Nadeem Williams.
They're going to go for it here on 3rd and 1.
He's being helped off the field, but that's terrible. All right, so the game is back on. They'll take it. Kilpatrick by himself. He's looking to throw. He's got a man open, but it's incomplete, just a bit too high. And they got 7 seconds left on the clock to do something here. They might kick it this time.
Yeah, I think now you just take the kickoff. Or you take the field goal here.
And that looks like the plan. They'll set up. 23 yards out. Snap to Kilpatrick, the hold. Menier, it's up. And it just sneaks by. Lower Merion, very close to blocking that one, but Menier gets it off. And with 1.1 seconds left on the clock, going into the half, the score is 38-19.
And Taylor in this first half has 195 rushing yards
That is wild.
on 22 carries, and Menares has 31 on 1 carry, which is insane. Fords will have to kick this off, and then we'll go into half. Ford's up 38-19 going into halftime right now.
So there we go. So Liam Taylor set the single game record for Haverford rushing against Lower Merion last year, and he had 337.
I think it's possible.
Definitely.
There is a flag down on the play.
It might be applied after the kickoff. We'll see if this is the end of the half or not.
And we will just go into halftime.
Great showing from the Fords.
Yeah. And we will be back after halftime.
Fords will kick it off to start the second half. It will result in a touchback. So the Aces will take it from the 20 once again. Fords up 38-19. Their defense has been a little bit up and down in this one, but their offense has definitely stayed strong. They've scored on all but one drive, which was a fumble. As we gear up for the first play of the half, it's Ingram in motion. Looking to throw again to the right side. He's got a man wide open over the middle. And that is a huge, huge gain for Paul Mezzy McMahon.
Mezzy McMahon had some big catches earlier in the game, and he's just able to get upfield and in space.
He's got so much separation on a lot of the routes that he runs. It's, I don't know how he does it every single time. But just like that, Aces will move into Haverford territory on the 32. Once again, DeLuca in the gun. He's got two backs, two wideouts. Here's a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that is going to be Robinson for several yards. But the Fords D-line, as persistent as ever. And here's 2nd and 8. Snap taken. Play action. Over to the left side. There's a little bit of separation, but Manier is able to close that gap and force the incompletion, so it'll be 3rd and 8.
We're sorry about our camera right now. No movement, but it will be back shortly.
And here's a huddle from the Aces. They break, go into formation. Looks like 3 wideouts, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Third and 8. Snap taken. Looking to throw once again. Right side. Incomplete. Was looking for Burke there under heavy pressure from several defensive linemen. And the Fords will force a 4th down. That is a mouthful. But we'll see if they go for it here or just try and kick the field goal. They did go for it on 4th and 5 around midfield in the first half. And it looks like they're going to try and go for it again. Fords in man coverage. That's going to be Teotis moving along to pick up the defense. Big throw over the middle. Separation caught. And a strike from DeLuca all the way to Waddy for an Aces touchdown. And this game suddenly feels a lot closer. So the Aces will go to attempt the extra point. They've hit 2 of 4, 1 of 4, 1 of 3. I'm losing it, I think. I'm so sorry. 1 of 3. First one missed, made the second one, and the third one was blocked. This is a 2-point conversion. He's going to look to throw. Scrambles to his right, throws. Incomplete. He's looking for, I believe that was Ingram down on the right side once again. So the score will remain 38-25. Still a 2-score game, but the Fords probably would like it to be a little bit more.
I mean, I know I want it a little bit more than where it is right now. The Fords offense, they haven't had a chance with the ball yet in the second half. I mean, it's only been one drive, and this Fords defense needs to step up a little bit and guard that pass.
That has been what they've been struggling to do. Their defense against the rush has been impeccable so far.
Rush defense is our strong suit, and that is, I mean, you can see that for sure.
So DeLuca will get ready to kick off. Maneris is back deep, but they might not go all the way to him, and they won't. It's going to be a fair catch called at about the 35, and the Fords offense will take over from there with their first possession of the half. And here comes the offense, who's already put up 38 points. 5 touchdowns and a field goal. Looking to add a little bit more. And that's a fumble. Kilpatrick trying to scramble. He loses it. He's able to regain possession, but that's going to be quite the hindrance for the Fords offense.
Yeah, it's going to push him back a couple yards, 2 yards there, lost on that play. Just not a good job at keeping control of the ball.
Snap taken. He's going to hand it off this time. It's going to go up the gut. Short gain, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Fords. Maneris is back on the field, so he had taken a big hit at the end of the first half, but he seems all right now, thankfully. Snap taken. They're going to pitch it to Maneris. He finds a lane on the right side. He's going to run for the first down and a little bit more. Tripped up about midfield. So a huge clutch play for Peter Maneris. And there's a big breakaway for Liam Taylor. He's able to get past that line. Try to dodge a defender. He does. Steps out from the tackle. He needs to break one more, and he does. He's in for the touchdown.
It's a great job by Liam Taylor getting down the field. You see, he's a little out of breath, able to break 2 tackles and get into that end zone.
He was being hunted down that whole run. See, that was Richard Paul trying to hunt him down. He takes a step back. Paul tries to get him around the ankles, and he shakes him off. And then I think it was Burke chasing him down the rest of the way, pushed him over at the end, but it was too late. Fords looking for point number 45 with this extra point. Munir has been perfect so far. And he keeps it going. That one's good as well.
Taylor's averaging just over 10 yards carry.
That's a first down every play. That's wild.
And he's got over 200 rushing yards in this game. He's at 250.
250, wow.
If I did my math correctly, which I believe I did.
He has a shot to break his own record, sitting at 337.
If he keeps doing these breakout runs, he's definitely got a shot at it.
He already has 40-some in the second half. And
He's already at over 50.
over 50.
Over 50 in this second half.
Wow.
That last run was over 50 yards.
Merion's back to kick off. It's up and away. And tracks towards another touchback. And the Ford's defense will get back to it.
Yeah, Taylor's going to add over 250 rushing yards to his total of 739 going into this game. Was how many he had through 5 games? How many yards he had through 5 games?
He's going to break 1,000 tonight. Likely.
Should be able to.
Only needs what?
10 more yards?
Yeah.
11 more yards, yeah.
Something like that. But right now, he and his teammates have to show up on defense. As DeLuca takes the field. Once again, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and a running back. Send Ingram in motion. Snap taken. Looking to throw. 2 on the right side. I'm not sure who they were trying to look for there. I think it was Ingram, but too much pressure. Good coverage from the Fords on that one. They need to keep up that pass defense if they want to maintain this kind of lead. DeLuca in the gun again. Handoff up the middle, and there comes that defensive line again.
His D-line is just doing its job the way it's supposed to work. Just pushing this run back no matter what happens. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a short break. Go.
And we're back at it. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. And the Fords defense have forced a 3rd and 11. DeLuca sets a man in motion. He'll pitch it back to him. And it's going to be a flea flicker down the right side towards Burke. Incomplete. But a flag is thrown, and that might be called pass interference.
That definitely was. McCallion on that just reached out and tried to tackle him before the ball came in.
That was Mezzie McMahon on the pass. They set him in motion behind DeLuca. They pitched it to him, and he threw the flea flicker. So that's going to move them up a little bit, and it will be a first down.
It's a rough play on Haverford's part there.
They'll go into the huddle once again. I still think they're yet to play from under center.
They haven't yet.
Which is the exact opposite story for the Fords. Here's another handoff up the middle, and there's a breakaway. Rare misplay from the Fords offensive line up past the 50 into Fords territory.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, Jack. That's for sure.
It already is. I have 70 points in the game so far. I feel like that's just going to grow. In the gun once again. DeLuca takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to his left, throws. That's Menares in coverage, and he's going to be able to seal that gap. He was looking for Drake Waddy. He had just a little bit of separation, but not enough to make the catch.
I believe that was Menier with the coverage there. Get them mixed up.
That's right.
Last name's very similar.
That's my bad.
Right? No. Maybe it was Menares. Bobby Menier. Yeah. Thanks to Miss Young, who's got her binoculars out. She can tell.
So it's now 2nd and 10 from the 49 of Haverford. DeLuca's in the gun. He's got Teotis to his left. On the right hash. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. He's got Teotis in the flat. He's going to be tracked down from behind. And that's McGinley on the tackle. Looked like for a second it was going to be Cassiola. It was a good move by Teotis, but McGinley caught up to him right after, so it's only going to be a gain of 3, and that's going to force a 3rd and 7. Here comes the snap, looking to throw once again. They're going to go out to the flat, incomplete. This time looking for Brendan Robinson. It is just out of reach for him. We did see them go for it about in this situation earlier. So we'll see what their call is. Robinson comes out of the game. And it will be a 4th and 7 attempt. DeLuca takes a snap, looks to throw once again. Looks left, he's going to have to scramble. It's McGinley coming in for the hit. He misses, but it's going to be Gillespie knocking him off balance, and McGinley comes back to finish the play. There is a flag. It's going to be holding against Lower Merion, but it will be declined. So the Fords will take over on their side of the 50.
The holding penalty against Lower Merion, which they will decline, and Haverford will take over on downs.
So Fords will take it on the 41. It's another big defensive stop. Defense has been a little, I said this earlier, but it's been off and on. They've had, great stops, but they've also allowed some explosive plays. But I think that has been able to keep the Fords in this game and keep them ahead. Since it is such an offensively coded game, as here's Taylor over the left side. Not too much on the play. But I said this in the first half, and I stand by it. One stop in this game might be enough. And right now, that's looking to be true. Even though the Fords are up by several scores, they have done it time and time again. They just needed one stop from their defense. As here's another handoff over the right side. Taylor breaks through a couple tackles, makes his way towards the end of the sticks, but it will be 3rd and inches. And they run a quarterback sneak. I think a stadium light just went out.
I think all the stadium lights just went out. All the lower stadium lights just went out. It is 9 o'clock now. It's getting late.
It's been a long game. That's what happens when the ball is thrown more. Clock keeps stopping on every incompletion, every long first down. Speaking of first downs, Fords have one coming right up. Another handoff, this time over the right side, and there's Taylor breaking away once again. A huge touchdown run for Liam Taylor, and the Fords will break 50 points for the second time this season. Absolutely electric. I don't know how he keeps finding these gaps, but the offensive line is giving it to him, and he doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah, he's just able to go. 4th touchdown on the night for Liam Taylor. Just great job by him.
Do you know by chance how many yards he's at?
Doing the calculations right now.
Gotcha. Extra point is up, and it looks pretty good. And that's an extra 1 on the board for the Fords.
He's at 301 rushing yards.
So he's 36 away.
36 away from breaking his own record.
That's crazy. And he did it against Lower Merion last time around, too.
Yeah. At Lower Merion. This time it's in front of his home crowd. A lot more energy on his side of the ball.
That's great.
He's also averaging 10 3/4 of a yards per carry. It's just insane. And that's on 28 carries, 301 yards.
I know sometimes it looks like his stats might be a little bit inflated, numerically, because of how many times we handed off to him. But almost 11 yards per rush is not something to laugh at all.
Now, to be fair, these big rushes for him have gained, they add up. And when you only have 28 carries, I say only, as Menier launches that ball into the end zone, it'll be a touchback for Lower Merion starting on their own 20. Taylor just gets himself through this offensive line, makes the gaps. He's able to get through the defense line, get through the linebackers, and get through the DBs and break away for these long rushes. But then he's also able just to pile drive himself through this offensive line. They're kind of doing tush-push style plays. That's what I like to call it. But it's a buildup of yardages that over 28 carries builds up after a while.
So Nick DeLuca and his offense will take over at the 20 once again. Seems like a recurring starting point for them. Forwards rush 5. Taylor around the outside, but they're going to get the throw off towards Burke. Incomplete. Just a little bit too far on that throw, but that could have been dangerous.
So Liam Taylor is officially over 1,000 rushing yards.
Wow.
On the season through 6 games, which is just crazy.
Absolutely. I would like to say that Tuck is back down on the sideline. It's always a great thing.
He's at 1,040 rushing yards at the game ended right now.
Wow. And he's still got an entire quarter left to play. Are you kidding me? 2nd and 10. Here comes the snap. Looking to throw. Once again, he steps up in the pocket, trying to get away, scrambling, and he's going to be taken down.
It's a great play by this defensive line.
First sack of the game for this Haverford defense.
Great job by Emmett Gillespie there, getting himself behind the line, chasing after DeLuca, and finally able to get him down.
I think Klein was in there as well, helping out on that pressure. And that backs him up a whole 7 yards. So 3rd and 17. They'll break the huddle. They have 4 wideouts, 1 running back. Likely throwing here. They will, as running back goes in motion. DeLuca takes a snap, rolls to his right. He's being chased down, gets the throw off, and it's going to be incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th and 17.
It's nuts. This defensive line is able to break through that offensive line. I don't want to call them weak, but they're struggling out there.
I think they are starting to get a little bit tired. I think that's it. This Ford's defense is relentless, and to their credit, the Aces up front, they haven't really let anybody through in the first half. We've seen them start to slow down here, and this is a huge development for the Fords, and they can use this to change their defensive strategy maybe a little bit, send it maybe a blitz a little bit more often with, 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Punt is up. It's high to about the 50. It's going to take a bounce over Menier. He ducks under it, and it's going to go out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 37. So the Ford's offense will take over once again. they've been dominant so far in this one. It's been a long game, and you can see why on the scoreboard there. 52 points for the Fords, 25 for the Aces.
So we had not realized this, but against William Tennant, the Fords scored their most amount of points in a single game ever.
61.
Now that is just according to Google. Could be false.
Google AI, even a little bit less. Oh, and there's Taylor again, trying to break a tackle. That was Kilpatrick on the keep. That's my bad. I saw the 3 and just assumed things. But that's another big run. First down for the Fords.
Kilpatrick's a great rushing quarterback. And especially taking the ball away from Liam Taylor. And he's creates a distraction for this defensive line to handle.
This one goes to Taylor, but he gets stuffed. You don't see that very often. But he gets dropped for 0 yards. And that will be second and 10. It's a beautiful night, by the way. I just want to put that out there. Fall weather, football, and the Fords. As here's a handoff and a breakaway. McCallion this time going to the house.
Nils McCallion into the end zone for a Haverford touchdown.
It's a great job by McCallion. Able to find the gap.
There we go. We have several playmakers on this team. Liam Taylor obviously being the biggest one, but McCallion proving that he can get it done also. Kilpatrick with a big run on this drive, and, you know, all the Fords guys are really showing up tonight.
That is for sure.
And there's a timeout called by Lower Merion. Fords at 58 points, looking to get to 59 with this extra point, and they still got a whole quarter left to break that record. Same story on a player level for Liam Taylor. He's only 35 yards out from his personal single game rushing record, which also, just a coincidence, happens to be the school's single game rushing record also.
And he did it last year against Lower Merion. So it'd just be another coincidence that he's able to break through that defensive line of the Aces and get to the end zone.
So the field goal team comes back out from the sideline, looking to put one through the uprights once again. This is touchdown number 7 for the Fords. And they're going to run a trick play, and McCallion will take it for 2. That took me a second to register, but that'll bring them up to 60.
It is Haverford 60, Lower Merion 25.
So the Fords have really broken this one open in the second half. It just seems like they have more stamina as a team. Lower Merion did come out of the half swinging, but the Fords have answered in turn.
Yeah, Lower Merion came out of the halftime, went straight down the field, scored a touchdown, and then had a mistake on that 2-point conversion. And the Fords have just taken over since. The Fords have scored 22 points in this third quarter already. There's still another minute and change to go.
Wow. Here's Merion with the kickoff. And this one will also find its way into the end zone for another touchback.
Manier's kick goes into the end zone. That'll be a touchback for the Aces. They'll start from their own 20-yard line.
And the Aces will find themselves in a familiar 1st and 10 at the 20. Last drive, there was a huge sack on 2nd down, which made it 3rd and 17. They were unable to convert. So the Ford's looking to do the same thing here. Make it a quick drive. 3 and out, perhaps. DeLuca in the gun. He's got Robinson to his right. Robinson will get the ball up the middle, breaks a tackle, but he gets tripped up. Solid gain. That's Gillespie grabbing him around the ankles. But it will bring up 2nd and about 2. Ford's playing zone coverage. It's going to go up the middle again on the rush. A little breakaway there, but he gets decked after several yards. 3 different Fords in on the tackle. And that's a big hit, but a 1st down for Lower Merion. And they'll move the chains once again.
The little Kilpatrick getting in on the tackle there.
I'm going to see a timeout called. We're going to step away for a moment. Don't go anywhere. We're back here in the 4th quarter. The clock will continue to roll. Ford's defense with a solid stop on 1st and 10. Only a yard given up. I've had these headphones on for so long, my ears are starting to hurt. It's been a long game. Here's DeLuca under center. Not under center, he's in the gun. What am I talking about? Looks to his right, throws to his right, incomplete. Just a little bit too high, looking for Ingram once again. It seems like these wide receivers can get just a little bit of separation, but there's not much that they can do with it. And it's a very tight window for DeLuca to fit the ball in, and it's, more than often just going a little bit out of reach. So a 3rd and 9. DeLuca takes a snap, looks to throw again. He's going to have to scramble to his right. He's being chased down. McGinley almost getting in there. Almost tripped up once again. Rolls to his right. Goes for the run himself. He'll take it past the first down marker. And a rather convoluted and wild 3rd and 9 results in a first down conversion by the Aces. And the Fords defense will have to get back to work here on another 1st and 10. Another 3 wide out formation for the Aces. DeLuca takes the snap. Again, drops back. Throws over the middle. Nobody open. He was looking for Teotis.
Cassiola on a great defense there. Just able to knock the ball out of the way.
Just put his whole body in front of that one. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. I feel like the Fords defense have done really well, but 3rd downs have been their weakness so far. They've gotten a lot better at defending the pass, especially the kind of pass that Merion's throwing. And this one's a rush, but that defensive line, never count them out of a play. You take it up the middle, they're going to be there. Only 1 on the play, so another 3rd and 9 for the Aces.
And the clock will just continue to run now that there's a 35-point differential between the two teams.
So another 3rd and long. DeLuca takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looks to throw, and he will not be able to connect with Waddy.
Josh Leeson there on the pressure for the Fords.
Again, just a little bit too high. So 4th and 9. You figure they might want to go for it here.
Josh McGonigal checking in. Giving Peter Maneras a break.
In the gun once again. 4th and 9. Oh, and they get the Fords to jump off sides. So that'll be 5 yards in the wrong direction for the Fords defense. So it'll now be 4th and 4, a lot more manageable. 6 minutes left to go in the game. In the gun, once again, Robinson to his left. DeLuca takes a snap, drops back. He's going to have to scramble once again to his right, and he's got open turf in front of him, and he's going to take it a long ways inside the 40 before he steps out of bounds. But the clock will keep going, 5.5. This offense operates at a very slow pace.
And we keep running the ball.
Yeah. I mean, 60 points speaks for itself, but
It's true.
25 isn't anything to laugh at, though.
No, definitely not. Especially after, they got shut out. Their biggest loss was 62-21 versus Springfield. So, doing a little bit better. Not by much, though.
Snap taken, looking to throw again. Pump fakes, scrambles to his right, drops back again under pressure, and he's going to have to throw it away. So there comes that defensive line, forcing another drop back. And they will finally break the huddle, going back to the line. In the gun. Takes a snap, dumps it off the left side, and breaks a tackle. And gets the first down. That's going to be Richard Paul putting on the juke moves, as this game will run to 3:30 left. And they'll go back into the huddle. They'll get their assignments.
They're passing again. That's all they've done tonight. They do have a running back in the backfield.
Well, that's where they have gotten their most success. And here's a handoff up the middle, and the Fords stop them once again. The D-line coming through.
We're now under 3 minutes. There's about 2.5 minutes remaining in this football game.
Seems like the Aces take 30 seconds to run a play. They're more, organized, and they are more calculated. The Fords, we just hand it to LT, maybe shake it up every once in a while, and we'll just watch them go.
Yeah. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Ryan Benacasa, HSM Zone, hopping in the ball game.
Yes. Second and 7. Snap taken. Fake the handoff. Offensive line is holding up, but here comes Eppright breaking through. He's got a man in the end zone, and that is Paul Mezzi McMahon.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, that is brutal for the Aces.
And it will be against Haverford. Oh, I lied.
Illegal man downfield.
I thought it was going to be holding against Ryan. That's what it looked like to me, based on where that flag was thrown. But they must have had one of the linemen downfield.
Clock still rolling. 1 minute left. 2nd and 12. So it is not looking good for the Aces right now. They're down 35 with a minute left. Under 45 to go. DeLuca under center. He's going to hand it off, and there's a big rush up the middle. But Paul will eventually be taken down. And that might do it. They might run one more play. 20 seconds left. And the clock will keep going. 10 seconds as the Aces line up for one final play. DeLuca, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and a running back. They're going to hand it off, but immediately taken down. And the Fords defense comes through to end it. Liam McCloskey on the TFL for the final play, and the Fords win it by a final score of 60-25, 1 point away from matching their all-time most points scored.
Yeah, and Taylor just doing a great job running the ball tonight. 4 touchdowns, but we did start with that great kick return by Peter Maneris.
And that one really set the tone. So the Fords offense, absolutely brilliant in this one. Their defense had to make some adjustments after the first quarter. They let up a lot of big passes, but I think overall they were able to lock down later and, kind of seal this game away in the second half. Due to the time, I don't think we're going to be able to get to interviews, unfortunately. But regardless, it's been a great game. Thank you for being here. We'll be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. sharp.
Boys soccer.
And then next week, Saturday, on the road at Springfield. That one is going to be quite the game. Springfield, again, one of the co-champions last year, along with Haverford and Strathaven. So it's going to be quite the spectacle.
Haverford was able to defeat Springfield last year. Sadly, I will not be at that game. You guys will be graced with the voice of Grant Laniak. And we hope to see you all tomorrow morning when we see boys soccer play.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been Jack and Jack on the call once again. So nice we had to do it twice, Yeah. That sounded a lot better when I was thinking about it rather than saying it, But, regardless, thank you for tuning in. Fords take this one by a large margin, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Roll 4s, baby.